Hi guys, so for today's video I thought I would show you guys my updated brow routine. This is how I've been doing my brows lately. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see that the way I do my brows has changed. The routine that I do in this video, it just cuts my brow time in half. Like, I literally spend no more than 5 minutes on my brows. I've always loved the fluffy brow look and I would never be able to achieve it, at least throughout the whole day. So I would be able to achieve it, but throughout the day my brows would just lay flat again. I've found a gem that just holds my brows in place and they don't move. I've gone through like a rainstorm and my brows have stayed intact. Once you look into the video, you'll see that my brows aren't really super thick. It's just what I use to make them look like this. In middle school, I got my brows threaded for the first time and the lady just went ham. She went crazy and took off all my eyebrows. My eyebrows were gone. So since then, I never let anybody touch my eyebrows and I've always been into the thick brow look. And I'm finally able to achieve it. I feel like this brow style will be my go-to for a while. If you want to see how I do my brows, what I use to do my brows, if you're interested in seeing my updated brow routine, let's get into it. Alright, so this is what my brows look bare. They look hella different when I fluff them up, and that's why I love this brow style. So before starting, I just make sure my brows are clean because sometimes I will put on my primer and my moisturizer and realize that it does have an effect on how my brows come out. So I like to have them clean with nothing on there. And I personally do my brows before my base, so any foundation, concealer that I'm putting on, I always do my brows first. So just keep that in mind. So what I use to tame my brows is a glue stick, and I use the disappearing purple. Make sure that it's the clear glue stick or else, I don't know, you'll probably have color on your brows. The key to this is just not using too much or else you will start to get flaking. I've noticed that when I first started doing this technique, that if I ever did do too much, I would get flaking. But I swear there's nothing that holds my hairs in place like all day, like glue does. I remember this one time I had to like run from my job to my car, and I park far away just because I don't want anybody hitting my car, so I park far away. And I remember there was this huge storm, and I wanted to go home and I was gonna wait it out, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna run for it. So I ran from the store to my car and my makeup was just, it was practically gone except for my eyebrows. Yo, that was crazy. My eyebrows were still fluffed up and this works. And I'm almost out. Do you guys see that? Wow, that's how you know. That's how you know. So what I like to do is start from the beginning and then just swipe this way and then swipe the other way. And that's all you'll need. And then I take a spoolie and just start combing it up. Combing it up. And you see how much of a difference that makes. And then to make it kind of even, I just go back with my spoolie and try to put these hairs down, just so it'll all be one length. And then I always round it out this edge. Another thing that I like about this technique is that once this is up, it just makes filling in my eyebrows so easy, because look at the difference. Since this is already up, it did most of the job of filling in my brow. All I need to fill in is this gap right here and maybe a few hairs right here. Just want to make sure to clean off your spoolie either with a makeup wipe or makeup remover, just to get rid of the, you'll see that you'll get like little white things on it. Just make sure to clean that off, because next time you go in with that, it will get on your brows and it's gonna be hella annoying. So just make sure to clean that off. So other than that, what I use for my brows has stayed the same. I go in with the Anastasia Dipbrow in Ebony and the MAC 263 brush. And what I like to do is just clean some off on the back of my hand and just make sure the lines are straight so that way I can get precise hair-like strokes. So I start off by underlining my brow. So I start off on the inner and then stop like around about there, and that kind of gives me the shape of what I need to fill in. So I do have like sparseness under here, and this would be my most sparse area. And the top, I don't really do a top line just because when I kind of like brushed my hairs this way, it automatically like filled it in. But if your brows are a little bit more sparse, you can fill that area in. And I don't know if in my last video you guys remember that I said I do have sparseness on the outer edge of my brows, like I don't really have hair there. Once I laid them down, there's no sparseness. There's literally like, all I have to do is kind of darken it a little bit. After I've outlined, I just start doing small hair-like strokes in the direction that my hair grows in. And I feel like the key to just doing your brows in general is to take it little by little, just because it's easier to clean up once you're going step by step. You can grab a little more, keep adding if you need to add in, but once you start off with a heavy hand, it's not as easy to clean up, you know. So my brow is not 100% done, but once it looks kind of like this, I like to clean it up with concealer. So same concealer that I've always used. I go in with the Maybelline Fit, and I've tried a lot of other concealers just to conceal my brows, and I don't know, I like the consistency of this one. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. And I just dot under my eyes with this small Wet n Wild brush. I just connect the dots sort of, yeah, connect the dots, and just make sure to take your time with this. I feel like this is what changes the game. This is what makes your brows look A1. And concealing your brow also helps when, say you're growing out your eyebrow hairs and you have a few sparse hairs in areas where you're not sure if you should pluck them yet or not. Concealer really helps conceal those hairs. It makes them less visible. Once the dots are connected, I just kind of drag the concealer down a bit like this. And once it looks like this, I just blend it out with my finger. I feel like it's easier. You know, you can go in with a brush and just kind of smooth it out, but it doesn't really make a difference to me. And then the front, you want to kind of like... Then once that's done, I go in with the brow powder just to set it and kind of add a little bit more color to where color needs to be added if I missed a few spots. This is just kind of like the final touch-up. And like always, I'm still using this Beat Up Naked Basics palette, and I go in with this dark brown shade right here. But you can use any eyeshadow or brow powder that matches your brow hair. Same thing though, I do hair-like strokes, nothing crazy. And sometimes with the powder, depending if my eye look is dramatic, I will make my brows a little bit more darker, but for the most part, I just kind of let them be, you know, not over the top. Last touch. This is optional, but it's just me being extra. I've always used the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit just to like go over my brows. I don't need to do that anymore just because my brows are hard, they're not gonna move, they're done. But recently I've just been adding a little bit of this to the front right here just to let those hairs look a little bit more fluffed like that. And I don't go in to my whole eyebrow because it's not necessary. But yeah, this is the finished brow. And you can see the difference. Like, my brows aren't like super bushy, but when I do brush them up, my hairs are long, so I'm able to work with them and make them look hella thick. I really love this brow style. Like, this has been my go-to, and it's so easy to do because most of the work is already done once you fluff them up. So I'm gonna do this one off camera and then I'm gonna come back. Yeah. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I know this is not everybody's cup of tea. Some people may look at my brows and be like, damn, it's too thick. It's too thick for me, and that's fine, but this is the way I like to do my brows, and I just love the way it makes my face look. I just feel snatched. And I've always loved the fluffy oh, I've always loved the fluffy brow look. It just reminds me of editorial makeup, and I love editorial makeup. So yeah, if you try this out, if you try the glue stick method out and it works, let me know. Let me know, because I feel like this is game changing. This is game changing, because for me nothing else ever worked, not even the soap brow method. I tried that and it just didn't work for me. So yeah, let me know if it works out. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye guys.